Hi everybody, welcome back to this week's My Weekly Rage Fix. Hope you're all doing well. In this week's Torah Parshas, Parshas Raje, the Torah tells us a very interesting verse that when you come to the land and you will desire to eat meat, and you will have that desire, so Hashem says, eat meat to your heart's content. So what we want to know is, why does Hashem not make us be vegetarians? Why does He allow us to eat meat? It seems to be a cruel thing. A lot of people believe that eating meat is cruel and therefore they're vegetarian or pescatarian or any other Aryan. But the question is, why does Hashem allow us to eat meat? Question number 2 is, on top of that, it's not like we need to eat meat for our survival. We can get by on bread and fruits and vegetables. If anything, actually meat is actually a luxury, or worse, an indulgence. Or are we not indulging? Why is Hashem allowing us to eat meat? And how should we look at those who are vegetarians? And is there something wrong with their way of life, or what is Hashem trying to teach us? So, from a Torah perspective, everything is physical and spiritual at the same time. Meaning, there's grass, and then that grass becomes a cow, and then that cow becomes either a human being or a lion or a tiger, and then the human being becomes dust, which then allows there to be more grass to turn into cows into human beings. It's a cycle. Each thing that Hashem created for a purpose in being able to serve Him. And we can actually say from this that the grass and the cow actually serve a purpose in enabling man to have strength in order to serve Hashem. So this might sound interesting, but actually in a sense what we're saying, by not eating meat, you're doing a disservice to the cow, because the cow's whole purpose is, he's hoping, or the soul of that animal is hoping, that his existence is for a purpose, and that if he is eaten, you now have the strength to be able to continue to serve Hashem in a proper way. So actually being vegetarian is in a sense not as polite and not as kind to the animal. It's kind of a different approach. But second of all, the fact that Hashem allows us to eat meat is in a way a great kindness of Hashem. Meaning, like we said before, really we don't need meat to survive. So why is Hashem doing it for us? The answer is that when we eat meat, it's incumbent upon us to be even more thankful to Hashem. Hashem is so good to us. He doesn't only give us bread and fruits. He allows us to have even things that aren't necessary for us, but He allows us to indulge in those luxuries. Why? Because when one indulges in that type of luxury, you could become even closer to Hashem. You're thanking Hashem. He didn't just give you basic necessities. He could have. Hashem could have made fruits and vegetables, and they all could have been gray and dull looking, and we would have eaten them anyway. But Hashem gave us a fruit, and He made it colored red, and He gave us an pineapple, and it's nice and yellow. Why? Why does Hashem have to give color? Because it enhances the flavor, enhances the fun of eating. It's a kindness of Hashem. And when we eat meat, it's the same thing. We don't have to eat meat, but actually when we eat meat, it's like eating ice cream. You buy ice cream for your child or for your little brother or sister, they like you even more. Why? Because you're allowing them to have some more fun. But purpose of eating, though, is to come closer to Hashem. And our sages actually teach us that a boor, somebody who's unlearned, is not allowed to eat meat. Why? Because then he's just eating meat to satisfy his hunger. Our sages also teach us that if somebody's hungry, the first thing he should eat is not meat. You should first eat bread. Because if you're eating meat when you're hungry, you're just eating it to satiate your own appetite, and not because you really want to serve Hashem. So these are just a few different ways of how we can view how the Jewish people eat meat. And eating meat is a big time for us. At every single Shabbos meal we have to have meat. At every single holiday we have to have meat. Our sages say, Ein simcha ela b'achila el b'basar v'yayin. Only through meat and wine is how we really appreciate and how we really get happy. Our happiness, though, is infused through the meat, not with the meat itself. By enjoying that extra luxury that Hashem gives us. Sacrificing the carbon Pesach, the sacrificial lamb that we brought at every single Passover, every single thing that we do, also in the temple service, is all through meat. But that's because everything is just looked at as an intermediary, and we can elevate their souls, their status, by using it for Hashem's service. A great Shabbos, everybody. Talk to you next week.